Hi students, today we are going to study chapter number 3, tides. Before we go into the lesson, so we will see introduction. So in introduction part, let us recall some knowledge related with tides. Now you people know now rainy season is going on and many of them from you visited the sea are near to the beaches like Alibag beach is there, Konkan side. Mumbai is there. There we can find beaches are there. Now, whenever we go near to the beaches, we can see the water floating in the beaches. We can see there is some movement somewhere the water reaches to the compound wall of that beach. Somewhere it go inside the beach. So, how these changes takes place? That all we will see in the chapter, or what are the effects of the tides, or how the tides cause and how many times in a day the tides causes, that we will see. Now all these are the movements of the earth, moon and the sun. Now let us see chapter number 3. Now here you can see tide lesson number 3. Can you tell? Observe the following picture, answer the questions given below and discuss. Now here two pictures are given. This is A and this is B. Now you see these pictures, observe properly and tell me what difference is there in these three pictures. In somewhere in B picture we can see the water is going far from the corners, and in the first picture we can see water is full. This means this is the tides, and we will see what is there. Explanation of this picture. Do the above photograph show the same place or different places? Observe and note the spread of water seen in both the photographs. What is this natural event called? So this natural event is called as a tide. Now how these tides are causes, or what are the effects of the tides, we will see. Now both the photographs show the same place. If you have stayed near the coast for some time, you will realize that the sea water is sometimes very close to the coast, and while other time it is very far from the coast. Now many of you have experience about these things whenever we go for the picnics or whenever we go for the relatives homes in the vacation and near to the Mumbai Alibag that side. We can see this type of changes. So in the first picture, it is the water is very close to the coast, and in the second picture we can see the water is very far from the coast. In this term, so we recall these moments of the seawater tides. So this we can call in geographical term it is tides. Bearing a few expressions, all the coast on the earth experience tides, and high tides and low tides are natural phenomena. Let us try to understand the scientific reason behind these natural events. Now why this natural events takes place? We have studied the high tide and low tide. So how these things happens, or what is the reason behind this? So we will see. Tides are movements of the seawater occurring daily and regularly. So the tides occur regularly. This is a movement of the sea, and daily it occurs every day, two times it occurs. The level of the seawater changes after a specific period of the time. So whenever we see there is a low tide, so immediately we will not able to see the high tide because it takes some times. So they have time limits. So after specific period only we can see the high tide. So after every 12 hours and 25 minutes, a cycle of high tide and low tides gets complete. Means when low tide will be there, so we has to wait for 12 hours and 25 minutes to see the high tide. So this much time there takes, whether it may be low tide or whether it may be high tide. Now this regularly occurring event appears to be a quite simple and natural. However, it is directly directly related to the sun, the moon and the earth. Now in the last lesson we seen about the sun, the moon and the earth. What are the effects of the earth? How much far the sun and the earth difference is there that we saw opposite and opposite position. So directly related to the sun, moon and the earth and the gravitational and centrifugal force that interact with them. Now what is gravitational force or what is centrifugal force? Now here one activity is given, say keep a small stone or a chalk piece on your notebook and move the notebook from left to right with some force. Now, whenever we keep something on your notebook, like stone is there, chalk is there, what will happen? It go far from us. It will not come near to us because we are spreading in a centrifugal force. See here, one diagram is given. The girl moving a notebook with the force. Then what will happen? The chalk and the stone. It goes far away from the girl. Take water in a small container which has a handle. See what happens if the container is whipped around with the force. If we whip that one, the water gets rotated in a circular or whatever vacuum is there in that. Fill the mixer jar with the water and switch on the mixture. Do this under your supervision. Whenever mixture is there, whenever we do something liquid, then automatically rotate into in between that mixture in a circular path. Observe a fan and slingshot while they are moving. Now fan is there. Fan it moves in a circular motion within that axial motion. Okay, so it don't go today here fan is there, tomorrow in bedroom, today in kitchen room, like that it goes. No, it rotates around its own axis. So that means accelerate. Now your one more point is given. See, take half a glass of water, slowly move the glass in one direction in circular fashion. Observe what happens to the water. Now whenever we take water in a glass half, so the water it comes up of the glass because it empty glass, half is glass is there. Observe what happens if bring and key rings around the finger. Now here you can see this girl is rotating the keychain. So the keys it goes far from the finger, that is centrifugal force. Okay, so that is the difference, that is why the things tides takes place. Now here one see on the basis of the questions below discuss the result of the activities listed above. In which direction did the piece of the chalk falls? So in which direction, wherever direction we are throwing, it goes very far from us. Where did the water in the glass show a bulge? Wherever the shape of the glass is bulged, there we can see the size increases. What effect did the movement have on the things attached to the key ring? So what effect will be there? So all the keys they float, they go far from that keychain. Means then what happens to the water in the container and mixture? They rotates in a circular path. Which force could be operating in the activities list below? So which force? In which activities did you find that the centrifugal or gravitational force was greater? So here the both type of the forces are applied, centrifugal as well as gravitational force. Gravitational force is what? Something if you are throwing that goes in a gravitational force, and the things which are rotating like fan, keychain and water in a glass, that are centrifugal forces. So let us see. So in all of the above activities, the effect of the centrifugal force is visible. Means we can see the keys fly from the chain, and the centrifugal force act in the direction opposite to the gravitational force. Centrifugal force means going away from the center. Okay, like keychain is there, it goes very far from the finger, that is centrifugal force. And you must have experienced it too at the local fairs. If you sit in the ferry wheel, your seat spins and leans outward away from the wheel. This also is an effect of centrifugal force. So all these are the examples of the centrifugal force which are going far from the places whichever we think, like periwinkle is there, green change is there. Now here this centrifugal and gravitational force, what is the relation between two? Due to its rotation, the earth gets a type of power or the force. Whenever the earth rotates, so some type of energy it gets. This force works away from the center. So it is called as centrifugal force. So whatever that energy is there, that the earth is getting from the center, and that it spread, so that it's called as a centrifugal force. Due to this force, any object on the earth could be thrown into the space. So due to the force, we can see sometime many things which falls upon the earth upside, so it can throw anywhere. However, the gravitational force is working towards the center of the earth at the same time. This force is many times greater than the centrifugal force. Hence, any object on the surface of the earth remains at the place where it exists. Because here the centrifugal force, gravitational force is more forceful than centrifugal force. That is why if you are throwing apple from upside, it with the help of gravitational force it reaches to the ground and it remains wherever it falls. It is not moving from that place because of the gravitational force is more than the centrifugal force. Now here one diagram is given, see, try to understand. Gravitational force means C and centrifugal force is C, gravitational force is G. Now this is north pole, this is north and this south, south and north. See here the rotation of that it is different. Here the direction of gravitational and centrifugal force is different. And here you can see this is the middle of the earth, center point. And here you can see gravitational force is greater than the centrifugal force. With these diagrams we will understand. So these forces they affect the tides in the seawater or in the beaches. So in the next video we will see about the tides in details. Thank you.